This is a quick little video on showing the Mobile Ping Data Manager tool, which we are using to download and manage data for cities. But it doesn't have to be cities. You can just use it for other purposes as well and name it however you like. So you can configure the S3 buckets that the data downloads into, and then you can choose different buckets, and it could even be the same one. So like for these ones, we are using the same bucket, for example. And whichever ones are enabled, the data for those particular API calls will get downloaded. And so these are the API calls right here, and then these are the schema types. So you can see I have enabled a handful of schemas. And what you can do is sync the data for all the list of cities or whatever else you end up adding in here, and you can choose which date range you want to download the data for and which schema type, and then just check. What you can also do is have it sync based on a particular time that you set. So it's set to a certain time every day, and it does it daily every day for that time. It downloads data for 7 days prior. So just to kind of add a little bit of buffer, which is to the 5-day kind of maximum that Veraset recommends, that you can kind of get the latest data. You can also click on the Add City button, which is right at the bottom here. And then what you can do is add whichever city you like. So I'll choose Canada, Ontario, and then let's just pick any city, Barrie, and then you can auto-populate that city. And what it also does is it allows you to draw a polygon around the city and choose a polygon option. So then you can define exactly what you want which areas you want the data to come from. So I'll just draw a rough border around the city to match the actual geography of the city. And I just want to include just a little bit extra, just for the heck of it, and I can edit this as well, just by clicking on this, and then just because I missed that tiny little bit of that area, and then I can click on the Add button, and so now Barrie appears at the bottom of the list. And I can sync the data by clicking on the sync button for that particular city. And again, I can choose the date or date range, and then I can click on sync. And even if I don't click on sync or choose any of these other API calls that are available with the Veraset API, the data for that city or that region or that polygon that I've added would get downloaded daily automatically. But that also can be disabled. So that's just a cron job. So this runs on a Ubuntu server. So that's just a cron job that runs that sync. So that cron job gets disabled or removed. And so when it downloads the data, it sorts the data by the country, state, or region, or province, and then city. And then by default from Veraset, the date comes in this format. So date equals blah blah, and then you can have different buckets for different types of data, and so then you can see which. And then you can manage your own lifecycle policies in your S3 buckets for however long you want to keep that data. So that's a quick little video about the Mobile Data Manager.